Air gaps, vacuum breakers, cross connections, what? Hi, I'm Kevin Westhuis, your utility director, along with
Tim Rixmann, the water lead.
Well, great, Tim. Thanks for joining me today. We want to talk about air gaps, vacuum breakers, and cross connections because it is one of our sole responsibilities to ensure that our potable drinking water system is safe. And one of the big things we have to do is make sure that we don't have any cross connections. We have one set up back here to show you exactly how this might work. This is just a basic outdoor silcock water. This little gray thing on here is called a vacuum breaker. This vacuum breaker plays a very important role where water can flow out, but it can't flow back. I have this hose in this bucket because if this was paint residue or maybe some lawn chemicals in here and there was a hose in there, without this vacuum breaker on here, water could potentially flow back into our water system. Is that accurate, Tim?
That is correct, yep.
So
this is potentially deadly.
Yeah, so this is one big thing. So when we do our meter change outs, when Tim and you and your crew go do their meter change outs, we kind of do a visual inspection of the home and we look for these on exterior silcocks and other locations within the home. If they don't have these, we just go ahead and install them. Tim, what do you have in your hand right there?
So we have an outdoor vacuum breaker. This is for our outdoor ones. It's frost free. And then we also have an indoor one. So if you have a wash tub inside or a sink that we can add these to, we can do inside or outside.
So we use the big terms like vacuum breaker and cross connection and air gaps. It's just basically what Tim has in his hand. There's one installed right here as well. And what it does is prevent water from flowing from a natural environment back into our system, or bad things could happen. Tim, what are some of the biggest issues you see with the cross connection?
So some of the other big concerns we have when we're doing our cross connection inspection is water softeners. They don't have an air gap above the drain. The drain goes directly into it, which is not good. And then our number two is like an irrigation system. It doesn't have it's not a tagged vacuum breaker. So there's an RPZ that has to be checked annually. And if it's not tagged, we don't know if it's working or not.
So sprinkler systems are a big deal. Your customer is actually required annually to get that approved with the DNR, correct?
Correct, and needs to be tagged.
So very good. So again, let's just simplify this whole thing. An air gap would be a faucet above a sink level. That creates an air gap. You can't have water jumping from the faucet into our system. That's an air gap. Vacuum breaker, right here. That stops the water from flowing from a potentially hazardous situation back into our system. And those are all cross connections. You are going to get this flyer in your bill, 2-pager. Again, it's 8 font, it's a lot of information. Hopefully in combination with what we've showed you today and the flyer you get in your bill stuffer, you will be able to understand much better the importance and the attention we give to vacuum breakers, air gaps, and all of this is cross connections. Stay safe, River Falls.